So there's the awkward silence beforehand.
It's not awkward.
It is when we lock eyes.
I didn't know they were that color.
Hi, I'm Chad, and you're watching Squarebody Stuff. What's going on, everybody? We are at the 40th annual NSRA Street Machine Nationals here in Springfield, Missouri. Kind of over here hanging out with some of the guys from the Missouri C10 Facebook page, some local guys. So yeah, we're just gonna be hanging out, showing some video. A lot of cars here. I mean, it's still early yet, and they're still pouring in. Yeah, and then at 1 o'clock, I've got to actually do a speech. Well, not really a speech, but I'm gonna be with the Quick Performance guys, doing a little seminar on the history of GM trucks and how they fit in the hot rod world today. So that'd be interesting. So just hang out, grab a bag of popcorn, cold beverage, and just enjoy the show. Yeah, this is the Rail Haven Motel, kind of one of the historic motels, hotels, whatever you want to call it, in Springfield. It's kind of a Route 66 deal. It's got all sorts of neat little rooms and stuff, and there's a lot of cars here in the parking lot, so we're gonna take a walk around real quick and just hang out and check out this cool place. Minco Design door handles. So one of my other favorite things to do when you go to car shows, you got to indulge in some of the culinary delicacies. There's some tornado taters and a giant pork tenderloin sandwich. And also, don't forget your jug of root beer. Alright, so this is Robert Powell with Quick Performance. I want to say thank you, Robert, for inviting me to be a part of this. It's been a kind of a long day, but it's been a good day. We've had some fun and look forward to hopefully doing some other projects maybe in the future together. But to give everybody a little explanation on what your company does, what you do, how to get a hold of you.
Absolutely. So my name's Robert, and we basically make brackets to help you put new engines in old vehicles. So if you're doing an LS swap or a big block swap and you need to move around your accessories, we make brackets to make that happen. That's the simplest way I've ever been able to explain it to anyone, and I'll probably just keep it at that.
Yeah. So how can they get a hold of you?
So quickperf.com, KWIKPERF.com, and our phone number is 417-35. Oh, that's wrong. It's mine. 417-955-1467. I almost gave out my personal cell phone. Man, I'll be getting phone calls at home. That's no good. Ooh, that would have been dirty.
So yeah, thanks again, Robert. This has been a great day, and look forward to.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was really our pleasure to get to know people in the community, doing things that I'm interested in. I love trucks, and so I like watching your videos and getting to you help introduce us to other people in the community too. And it's not always about selling the product or something like that. It's about gathering those resources of people around you to help develop new products sometimes as well, because they can say, hey, I have this problem, is there any way we can solve that? And that's how our business actually got started. Was we had a problem. We had V-belts on big blocks, and they were a pain to keep in alignment. They were noisy, and we wanted a serpentine system, but it was really expensive to go everywhere else. So we wanted a well-engineered but affordable serpentine system. So,
and that goes along with a lot of what I do is, make stuff work that you have around. If you have serpentine set up for a small block, but you have a big block, these guys have the bracketry or plates to put small block Chevy or 4.3 V6 serpentine setup, the factory stuff you get at the salvage yard for sometimes little or nothing, but you can bolt that to your big block. So that works out great, because the big block serpentine setups are not as readily available.
Right, a lot of people actually threw those away. But our setup here for the adapter kit, it's $218, and then like you said, you just put the small block stuff on the front of it, and so it's an inexpensive way to upgrade to a serpentine. And you also have all parts that are serviceable at your local parts store, so that's a nice advantage.
Your idler pulley, your tensioners, all stuff you get O'Reilly's or wherever. So it's pretty good stuff. Of course, they got some more fancier stuff, but solving problems.
Maybe creating some too, who knows?
Yeah.
I heard a really good one recently, that a good car will get you from A to B. It's transportation, but a great car, that'll just get you into trouble.
Yeah. So, I'll probably end this off unless there's anything else you want to say.
No, thank you so much for being a part of this. It was good seeing you here at the show, and look us up if you can.
Quick Performance.
So Chad, I got to meet him last year, and I was really impressed with his YouTube channel and the knowledge base that he has just from working on his own vehicles, and he's been around doing that for a long time. So I wanted to have a conversation in front of you all, and you guys can participate in that. about, you know, if you're looking for a Squarebody, which right now is the hot truck, it's hard to buy one. And so there's a lot of, you're either going to spend a lot of money or you're going to get one that needs a lot of work. So most guys are going to go for that second option. And so I wanted to ask him just a few questions about, so Chad, what do you look for when you're buying a Squarebody? What are some of the things?
Of course, overall quality. Of course, we've already said, you know, they're one of the worst ones for racing.
Absolutely.
Depends on which part of the country. So even some of them in Arizona, they'll still have little spots, you know, to go through. So rust is your biggest issue.
Where are those spots, the main ones?
Rocker panels,
Okay.
head corners, floors,
No.
your rear fenders.
So the floor, can you see that from underneath, or can you? Is it a feel thing, like you cook in your steak?
Well, if your cap mounts are already rusted and bond, then you can pretty much see all of those. Sometimes there's hidden holes from underneath, above your cap mounts. It's poor design. They've got holes big enough to allow stuff in, but no way to get everything out. So it just traps everything right in there that cap supports in the front. So that's the biggest thing. I mean, there's no one part of the country town from the house
Yeah.
here to be.
What else do you look for?
Of course, price.
Right.
Just, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're wanting to do.
Right.
You don't want to go out one time. I mean, build a hot rod out one time. Just go back to what you said earlier about, you got a utility for a purpose for a truck. That's what the trucks are.
Yeah.
For a purpose. Well, I didn't do truck to do truck stuff, but I didn't have a hot rod. So my crew cab one time four-wheel drive was in a hot rod also.
Right.
So, but you know, if you're looking for a truck, you know, what are you going to do with it? How far do you want to go with it? Is the truck that you're looking at going to be the right one for that deal?
Yeah. Is there different trim levels that are better to have, or options that you want to make sure that it has?
I mean, all options are available in all trim levels. So you can have a custom deluxe, which is the lowest trim level, that had power steering, power brakes, 4x4 in the factory, even half tons. From 73 to 79, you get a short bed half ton with 4x4. So the trim models for Silverado is top trim model. You get most of your conveniences, power windows, power brakes after 77, or power windows, power locks after 77. And that goes back to what year you're looking for. Because before 77, you didn't have power locks.
No.
Power brakes, power steering, that's part of the options. You may find trucks that didn't have it like that. Brakes.
How hard is it to add that if it doesn't have that?
It's simple because they're all, you can find a full number truck is the best way to do it, or go salvage yard. Of course, unfortunately nowadays, it's hard to go to the salvage yard, you know, they got crashed.
Oh, yeah.
So they're parts of the salvage yard are getting harder and harder to find. So you got to seek out individuals for these things.
That Craigslist about the marketplace.
So, but sometimes those guys like myself aren't real fond of letting go of parts.
Right.
We might need them later. But yeah, it's like the power brakes, power steering, it's all local. There's the power brakes you do have to change the rod or the brake motor. There's different you can make it work. A lot of just bolting stuff in the factory. Half tons that have the J55 heavy duty brakes that we swap onto lighter duty brakes. One of my favorite upgrades as far as suspension goes on half tons is to like go to salvage yard or wherever, scrap yard, and find a heavy duty 3/4 or 1 ton front sway bar. Is there an issue for it?
Okay, yeah.
The factory half ton or inch. It really does make a huge difference, and it may cost you $1 million and just all your conversion in there. And it's a huge upgrade. It's no modifications,
Just bolt it.
bolts right in.
That's excellent. Is there anything that you would say that if it has this wrong with it, or if it has this option, that you should avoid it because it's just more hassle or cost than really worth it.
Well, I don't know if I can put anything on any one thing. I guess it still goes back to what you plan on doing. If you're planning on restoring it, if it has a lot of rust, you may just wait and find a better mechanic.
Yeah.
You know, in situations where you might be building a rat rod thing, where that actual rust or patina could fit into it. I don't know of any one thing I'd say completely avoid just because of the truck.
Yeah.
I would say it goes to.
Are there items that are much more expensive than you'd expect them to be to fix? I mean, rust is probably one of them. You chase that forever.
Yeah, which everything's going up nowadays, but body panels, everything's expensive. But I think A&D is pretty much, I know they've got, you can almost build a complete truck out of it.
Right. As long as you have some sort of a frame with the
Frame,
get a bend over on.
pocket, but
Yeah.
I mean, the cost is stuff goes back to what kind of living. I'm a cheap guy. I like to use factory stuff. I like to keep stuff simple. That's what my YouTube channel is mostly geared towards. What kind of fun or what kind of a build can we have with not necessarily stuff laying around, but stuff that's everywhere. Instead of spending $10,000 suspension system, what can we use to make it work and still maybe not have the same, but more affordable?
What suspension did you use on your race car?
It's all stock except for, the only thing I done was axle fit, but
Did you lower the front end? No.
front end still.
So it has such a big natural rake that just lowering the rear end makes it kind of.
Yeah, and well, for street driving, I have 37s on that. It's a little unique build, so it kind of levels it out. In the front, the truck was originally a straight 6, 250 straight 6, and it's now got big block. So that extra weight of the big block is actually lower.
Yeah.
So we lower stuff on the farm, we just had to wait for it.
One question, Chad, I mentioned the sheet metal change in 81 for the hood change. Are there any other significant mechanical differences between the trucks before and after?
Not really mechanical on the 81 later. Just the front sheet metal from the cab forward. Fenders, cowl, the windshield wiper motor or gearboxes are different. The hood, inner fenders, bumper, front frame doors are just a little bit different. But mechanically, pretty much everything will interchange.
Somebody was telling me a while back about 87, there were some actual throttle body fuel injectors.
That was the first year for throttle body. Yes.
Okay.
And see that in 87 they changed the designation to C and K or how or four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive. With square bodies they changed it to RB because they were getting ready to roll out the ODS trucks and they were going to be the CK series. So for 87, actually 87 and 91 is much like the old body style. From 88 to 91 you can still get Suburbans, Blazers, four-door crew cab trucks, and some single cab one tons were still the square body style. In 87, the first year, they actually put in that throttle injection. Something I thought of whenever we were talking about the design and features of these trucks. Square bodies were originally marketed as the rounded line. The rounded line, yes. And I've never really seen a definitive answer exactly why they do that. You go back to time and say, well, why do you call it that? Because they're square. I mean, they're more blocked than what the previous model used. But I think what it was is the top edge of the fenders was more rounded. The cab was more rounded. It didn't have the drip rail. And actually, in 73, it was sort of like the mirror beam. They didn't even have drip rails. They were dealer options. 74, they became a factory option. 75 on up, they were standard. The drip rails, stainless strip rails and square bodies were not originally put on the trucks because they wanted to keep it sleek. And they were also one of the first trucks to be computer designed. They used and computers to help design the overall part of the truck and to be more precise and to, for ergonomics. They kind of built the truck around the person instead of just building a piece of tool that people use. You need everything made up. That's why they had a better ride. They used computer-aided stuff that actually designed the suspension on the trucks. And the wind pumps. They use wind pumps, I guess, a lot too for the aerodynamics of the trucks. They were more aerodynamic in the 67 and 72.
All right, it's a little after 5. They're closing this place down. We're gonna head home. We actually might stop by Jerry and Emily from Ugly Truck Experience YouTube channel and bug them for a little bit. But I'm gonna close this out. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, y'all keep your square bodies rolling. We'll catch you later.